on for a Sunday live stream with you guys, okay? Hope you guys are doing well on this very beautiful Sunday morning, evening, noon, night, whatever time that it is in your neck of the woods, okay? So, you guys, before we get into it, let me turn on my big screen so that I can see myself, okay? We're going to have a really fun reading today, you guys, okay? So let me just get everything together over here. I'm getting my accoutrements, okay? I don't see me live yet. Hold on. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, there we go. And then let me come on through and do that. Uh-oh. Let me try it again. Sometimes things happen, you guys. Technology, I tell you. All right, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. And so we're going to get started, you guys. Hopefully, like I said, we won't have any type of glitches or anything like that. I do believe that my energy really plays a role in glitches. I've always had that since I was a little girl, having all types of electronic interferences, and I never was able to put two and two together until I became much older. But I used to always have issues with watches or clocks stopping, okay? And, the radio turning on and off, okay? Or the volume on the TV going up and down, and I didn't touch the remote, all kinds of kooky stuff. So Spirit had me to kind of remember that as I was asking questions like, why am I always having, tech difficulties and glitches and things of that nature? And that's part of the reason, okay? So it's something that those of us who are very tuned in and tapped in, okay, and our vessels are literally like antennas, we have to kind of keep that in mind and kind of find a way to work around it, okay? But I do hope that you guys are doing well, okay? So again, welcome you guys to my channel. I thank you guys in advance for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes, okay? Also, you guys, special shout out again to all of you guys who are purchasing readings from your girl, okay? It is very much so appreciated, and I also thank you guys for the donations, okay? Please know and understand that I do not take it for granted, okay? And I'm very, very honored to work with you guys who choose to, allow your girl to tap into your energy to help you resolve an issue or to figure out something that is going on in your life so that you can have some type of personal clarity on that, okay? So thank you guys again, okay? And now for those of you guys who are on the fence, okay, I want to let you guys know that personal readings are currently still available. And always the information is in the description box, but it's very easy. All you guys got to do is email your girl. If you're interested in purchasing a reading, you can email me at WizdomandSage@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, okay? And you guys can also check the link in my bio for my business website, where you guys can go on the website, cruise and peruse and see what you're interested in, okay, before you decide to push the button, okay? And I also want you guys to take advantage of the special mini readings and the economy readings, which are really ideal for new customers, you guys. You don't want to, before you invest in a more standard reading, because my prices are competitive, yeah, because I'm good at what I do, okay? But if you would like to get a little mini reading, okay, kind of like a tester to kind of see what it would be like to get a reading with your girl, I have some economy and mini readings from as little as $15 to $44, okay? So you guys can go and check the website for all of the deets, okay? All right, so having said that, you guys, we're going to get into the read, okay? And today we're going to do an all signs reading on what's the current tea on you, okay? Because a lot of times, you guys, even though my collective, you guys are still in the business of minding the business that pays you. But what I have learned, okay, what I have learned from, working with my clients and customers, and then what I have learned on a personal level is that sometimes it's not enough to kind of just be in your business, be in your bubble and know what's going on. Sometimes you have to know what's going on around you, because you always have people that are always trying to encroach upon you, encroach upon your world, encroach upon your peace. You always have people that are trying to, undermine what you have going on. They may be coming from the left or they're coming from the right. And, you never even know what's going on because, you got your head down to get your money up, okay? But in this season, it's all about being aware. It's not enough nowadays to have self-awareness, but you need to be aware of your external environment, your external physical environment, your external energetic environment, come through spirit, and your external spiritual environment, because you always have people, dear one, who are looking at you as a threat, looking at you as a secret competitor, particularly if you are a son or a daughter of the light, okay? If you're very gifted, okay? If you are part of my collective, okay? So today, you guys, we're going to tap in and we're going to get the current tea on you guys, okay? In terms of, what are people saying about you? Now, some of the stuff may be good. Some of it may, maybe not so good. You got to take the good with the bad, the up with the down. But we're going to tap in and find out what it is nonetheless, okay? All right, so having said that, let's get started, okay? So, Aries, you're up next, okay? So, Aries, what is the current tea on you, Aries, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna tap myself and try not to go too deep in it, because I don't want it to be too long, because it's Sunday and today is family day. I was supposed to come on last Sunday, but had company and all that good stuff, okay? So let's see how we do, y'all, okay? So Aries, what's the current tea on you, okay? We have creativity. So Aries, right off the back, I'm hearing from Spirit that you guys are definitely, I'm hearing you're at the drawing board, you're sitting down, you're really doing a lot of self-reflection, and you're trying to figure out, what it is that makes you tick, okay? I'm hearing that you guys are you're looking for more adventure, more social activity, and you're really demanding more of yourself, okay? I'm feeling in the ethers here that a lot of you guys, Aries, have played yourself too small because of the circles that you were around. How you doing, Simeon? Because of the circles that you guys were around, and because of people that you knew on a deep level were very threatened by your potential. So you didn't want to cause friction, you didn't want to rock the boat. So there were a lot of things, Aries, that you guys did not do, did not pursue, okay? But now, fast forward to now, you guys are like, nah, I'm not going to play myself down small just to make other people feel comfortable. If you're in my circle, then that means that you're a part of my crew, and that means that you're for me. That means that you're going to support me. But if you want to hold me back because you're insecure, then you're not a part of my vibe, and you needs to go, okay? So Aries, I'm hearing that the current tea is that you have people that are recognizing that, you guys are focusing more on yourself, and you're focusing more in terms of, it's like you're having a second go around to really embrace your inner child and to really do things that bring you joy. You guys are tired of just focusing on the mundane. You're tired of just focusing on work, okay? You guys want to have fun. You want to pop out. You want to go outside. And you know that the best way to do that is to really invest in yourself in terms of, embracing your inner child and going back to the things that used to make you happy. So I literally see in the ethers, Aries, a lot of you guys are dancing. Simeon, I'm going to answer all of your questions in the chat after the read, okay? So I don't want you to feel as though I'm ignoring you, but I usually make the caveat that during the live stream readings, when I'm in the ethers, I really want to focus because your girl got attention deficit, okay? But after the reading, Simeon, I will answer all of you guys' questions in the chat, okay? So hold tight, all right? Okay, so as I was saying, you guys, as far as creativity, a lot of you guys are, you're really betting on yourself, and you're saying, what is it that I want to do that is going to make me happy, okay? What is it that will make me smile? I'm always worried about bills, and this and that. I want to have fun. I want to pop back out. I want to pick up, taking piano lessons or singing lessons, things that used to make me happy before things became so serious, okay? So, Aries, okay, the current tea on you is that you guys are really, focusing on yourself. You guys are really embracing your child. People may see that you have a glow about you. People may see that, oh my goodness, Aries is doing this and doing that. I didn't even know they had it in them, Oh, I saw Aries the other day at this jazz club, and they were actually on the mic. I didn't even know that they had it in them. I didn't even know that they could sing, So a lot of people are discovering, Aries, that there are a lot of things that you had kept hidden, either out of a fear of being seen, or either from, being in the wrong crowd where people were so threatened to see you shine that that you hid yourself and you dimmed your light. And they're seeing that you're not doing that anymore, okay? So Aries, that is your T, all right? So now you guys, let's move on to Taurus, okay? So Taurus, what is the T? What is the current T on you, Taurus, okay? Okay, 2 ones will come out. We're just going to take one, okay? Because we're going to be fair. All right. Ooh, a lot of purple coming out. So, you know, royalty, collective. A lot of people are considering you guys to really have that it factor in some way, shape, or form. And they're either thinking that you don't quite know what you have, you don't quite know what you're working with, you don't quite know how talented you are like you need to, or on the flip side, the T on you is that you are now understanding what you're working with, okay, and you are showing that and you're not afraid, okay. So take the message as it resonates, okay. So, Taurus, your message is intuition, okay? So, Taurus, the key on you is that, you know, it's going to take a lot for people to try to turn you into boo-boo the fool, okay? Because you're just not playing those games, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit that, Taurus, you know, the T on you is that, you know, you've been through a lot, seen a lot, done a lot. And, you know, you may have been born at night, but you were not born last night. So it's going to take, come through Spirit, it's going to take, you know, a lot of people to try to come up against you, to try to manipulate you, to try to get you to, you know, go outside of your boundaries or outside of your values and, you know, things that you have set for yourself, okay? It's very hard for people to change your mind, okay? You're also not into peer pressure, Taurus. The T on you is that, you know, you're not afraid to step out. You're not afraid to be by yourself or to be alone, because you know essentially that you're not alone. You have intuition. You always have Spirit working with you. You always have Spirit, you know, telling you, you know, when to go left, when to go right, you know, who to trust, who to, you know, tell to kick rocks, okay? So, you know, you don't walk around, you know, in public, or you don't walk around navigating in the world thinking that, you know, the world is out to get you and you're vulnerable and you're not safe and you have to have this fake facade of, you know, an entourage of fake ass people that don't even like you in order to feel secure, okay? Because you know that you have what it needs to protect yourself. You know that you're already protected. You know that you're not working, you know, you're not walking in this world alone. And, you know, you're very tuned in and tapped in. So it's almost like, you know, Taurus, you have like a cheat sheet in terms of, you know, reading the energy, reading the room. So there's a lot of mistakes that other people, the average person, may make that you won't make because you're very tapped into Spirit. You're very intuitive, okay? You could be born with these gifts, or this could have been something that perhaps some of you guys may have joined some type of covens or societies or brotherhoods or sisterhoods, and there were things that you may have been taught in terms of how to tap into your third eye, into your psychic abilities and mediumship and things of that nature. But I'm hearing from Spirit that, you know, it is very, very difficult, Taurus, for people to try to pull the wool over your eyes. And that's a very beautiful thing, because this is something that was a long time in the making, you know, Taurus. You didn't always operate that way. A lot of people used to manipulate you, use love to manipulate you, or the promise of love, promise of money or something. It was like they used to wave some type of trinket or golden carrot, you know, in your face, and they wanted you to jump, do this, do that. And you know, when your psychic abilities and your intuition came online and you learned how to trust yourself, Taurus, more than trusting those around you, okay, then all bets were off in terms of people trying to treat you like boo-boo the fool, okay? They will never be able to pull the wool over your eyes ever again. And it doesn't matter who they are. They could be family. They could be, you know, past friends. They could be past lovers, current lovers, people on the job, okay, co-workers, managers. It don't matter who it is, okay? You will always be able to see through the wool, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? And no pun intended, okay, Taurus, okay? You will always be able to see through the bull, okay? All right. So Gemini, you're up next, okay? So Gemini, what is the T? What is the T on you, Gemini? Let's see. Okay, we have the word caution, okay? So Gemini, there could be some type of endeavor, pursuit, a big purchase, a big ticket item, something where Spirit is saying, Gemini, you need to really look carefully at the fine print. You need to read between the lines, okay? You need to really understand. You need to read energy and really understand what the motive or the intention or agenda of a person is when they're offering you something. When it seems to be something where it's too good to be true, okay, Gemini, I'm hearing from Spirit that it often might be, okay? Also, Gemini, I'm hearing from Spirit, the current T on you is that, you are the type of person where you may need to calm down a little bit in terms of, I'm hearing paranoia, or I'm hearing people perceive you to be paranoid. People may be spreading rumors about you, Gemini, saying that you're paranoid. People may be spreading gossip about you, saying that, you're too overly cautious, you're boring, you don't know how to have adventure, you don't know how to have fun, you're too closed off, okay? You're not in step with the times, okay? Now, this may not necessarily be true, Gemini, but I'm hearing in the ethers, okay, the T on you, there's people that I believe are trying to get at you, okay? They're trying to get access to you, Gemini, and you just don't want to be bothered with these people. And rather than them admitting that, oh, Gemini don't want to be bothered with me because, I'm a pain in the ass, Gemini don't want to be bothered with me because I'm an asshole, okay? Because every time, they allow me in their inner circle, I do something stupid to piss them off, okay? Because, I'm 50 shades of fucked up, okay? I need my meds, okay? Yeah, I have a chemical imbalance, okay? But so rather than them just acknowledging that they have issues and that everybody like drama, everybody don't like the rah-rah, and Gemini, you're one of those people. Instead of them just saying that and taking the L and going on about their business, it's like they're trying to project onto you that, oh, y'all know Gemini paranoid. Did y'all know, Gemini got extreme anxiety. Gemini ain't gonna let you in because Gemini ain't gonna let me in either, okay? Did y'all know Gemini got some issues? They might have some mental issues. You better, caution. You better stay away from Gemini, okay? This could also be someone, a Gemini, that you guys have cut loose, okay? Someone that you left their ass right where they land and right where they stay because they were too much drama in your life. And now this person is really trying to block you from other potential suitors or, from you having any type of support outside of them. So wherever they go, dear one, whomever that will listen is like they're, running their mouth about you and saying very negative things because at the end of the day, this person wants you, Gemini, to be by yourself. Okay, they want you to be alone, okay? But that's a no-go, okay? So continue to stay away from this person, Gemini, okay? And pay no mind to the negative gossip that they're saying about you, because as you continue to live your life, your truth and your authenticity will speak for itself, and everyone will come to understand that it is not you with the issue, it is the person that is running their mouth about you, okay, Gemini? All right, so Gemini, that is your T, okay? So, Cancer, we're up next, okay? Cancer, or shall I say you're up next, okay? Cancer, what is the current T on you, okay? Let's see, okay. We have, I don't know if you guys can see this because it's really light, okay? But we have the word surrender in reverse, okay? So Cancer, right off the bat, I'm hearing that you could be going through something with social circles. You see all those circles there? Come through, Spirit. With social circles, family circle, a work circle, some type of environments where you interact, where you gather, where you are, okay? You're having issues in your circles, okay? The people around you, the people inside your circle, the people around your circle, Cancer. And, with this surrender in reverse, I'm hearing from Spirit, Cancer, that the T is that there is some type of struggle. There is some type of battle. I'm hearing power struggle that a lot of people are having with you, and they think, Cancer, that just because they have you outnumbered, or so they think, that you're going to submit, you're going to surrender. But the surrender is in reverse. So that means that, Cancer, whoever you are and whatever this particular situation pertains to, I'm hearing you are definitely standing your ground, and you will not back down, you will not give up, you will not give out, okay? And I'm also hearing, though also too, the T on you, Cancer, is that, know, you need to get away from these people, because there's some type of interconnection where you think that, okay, well, this situation don't have much to do with that situation, and then what happened last week, that don't have nothing to do with what happened today. But as all of these circles are interlinked, it's showing that although it may not appear to be on the outside, but all of these power struggles, all of these issues, they're all interconnected, and they're all intertwined by one particular circle that is affecting the other circles around you, that is trying to force you, Cancer, in some way, shape, or form to surrender, to submit, okay? And also, as I look at this gray card here, okay, the gray representing, you know, sadness, depression, you know, there is this group, or you guys, it could be a coven, it could be a family, it could be workmates, okay? Apply the situation where it fits. It could be a janky ass ex, okay? But it is like people that have worked in cahoots. They're working in cahoots with each other, okay, against you, trying to get you to submit. And they're really trying to project their depression, their mental issues onto you, okay? The fact that these people, Cancer, I'm hearing from Spirit. Now, the tea is that they're so sick that they're literally trying, the only time they feel a sense of happiness, a sense of power, a sense of, I'm hearing like release, okay? The only time they really feel alive, because these people are like dead inside. They're like zombies. The only time they feel alive is when they're attacking you, okay? Other than that, they're zombies. They're depressed. They're melancholy, okay? They ain't got no life. They ain't got nothing to look forward to. Every day is like Groundhog's Day, okay? They did the same damn thing in 2020 that they're doing 2026, okay? They ate the same thing, did the same thing, went out to the same place, talked to the same people this Sunday like they did last Sunday, okay? They're just dry, okay? They're just, you know, they're boring. You know, they do the same damn things. These people are like NPCs. And so they see someone like you, Cancer, with light, and it's like all of a sudden it's like they want to play a game, okay? These people want to play Hunger Games with you, you know? These people want to play, you know, all types of, you know, diabolical games, you know. It's very sick is what I'm hearing from Spirit. But what you need to know, Cancer, whomever you are and however this particular situation resonates, all of these circles represent cliques, covens, groups, people, and they're all connected, okay? One has something to do with the other, but there's one main person that is like the head person that is controlling all these other circles or groups or people around you, trying to force you, Cancer, to submit in some way, shape, or form, okay? I'm hearing you could currently be gang stalked, okay, Cancer? All right, and so that is your tea, Cancer. You may want to get a personal reading, okay? If you feel as though you are, you know, at the stage where you want to get a little bit more personal clarity or information on the situation, okay? If you want to get a reading with your girl, you know, just email me, okay, to start the easy process, okay, Cancer? Because that sounds like that's a personal read specifically for somebody, that you got a whole group of people that's affected by another group, that's affected by another group, all of them working together, you know, trying to get you to force you to submit, force you to surrender, force you to give up. But again, okay, the card is in reverse, so you're standing your ground, okay? All right, Cancer, so that is your read, okay? And then next up, you guys, next up we have Leo, okay? So Leo, what's the current tea on you, okay? What is the current tea on you, okay? All right, Leo, so we have happiness in reverse, happiness in reverse. I'm hearing right off the bat, Leo, there is a person in particular that we will call a happiness hater, okay? This is someone, dear one, that, you know, they really thought that they were the shit, because in some way, shape, or form, they thought that they were over you. They thought that they had sunned you. It was something about you where they thought that they had more of it. So it could have been more money, or it could have been more attention, or it could have been more support, or or something that they considered valuable, Leo, that they have or had that you didn't have at the time. But I'm hearing from spirit, there's been like a changing of the guards. I'm literally seeing like the Wheel of Fortune card in my spirit that is reversing. It's doing a slow turn, kind of like a turkey roasting, doing that slow turn. That's what I'm seeing in my spirit, okay? And so, Leo, the tea is that there is someone that is really pressed. They're pressed and oppressed because you're happy and there's not a damn thing that they can do about it. They can no longer affect you. They can no longer push your buttons because, you know, those buttons are no longer there. You guys have done a lot of work on yourselves, Leo, okay? Also, I'm hearing from spirit, you may have definitely ghosted this person. You may have, you know, figured out that this person is a wolf in sheep's clothing, Leo, and you kicked this person out of your life. So now, you know, they don't have anything to work with. They don't really have a lot of gossip that has, you know, any foundation in truth. You know, they're just talking out their ass, okay? They're talking out the side of their neck to try to affect you, and they're hoping that there is someone around you through 6 degrees of separation or less that is also attached to them in some type of way, where the rumors, the gossip, the penis would get back to you, because Leo, there's someone that wants to have some type of beef with you. I'm hearing like manufactured beef, okay? There's someone that wants to feel so relevant, and the only way that they feel that they can do that, Leo, is by trying to disrupt your peace, trying to get you involved, trying to pull you into a ring to fight with someone. And the question you must always ask yourself, Leo, is, you know, what do I have to lose? Because 9 times out of 10, this person, this happiness hater, Leo, you got more to lose than this person does. You got more time to lose, more energy, more focus, more attention, more money, more stability, more peace of mind. You got more to lose than this person, okay? This person is miserable. And you know what they say about miserable people. Misery loves company, okay? So Leo, someone is inviting you to their company of misery, and spirit is saying don't show up, okay? Just keep the email on unread or read, okay? If they drive by, you know, don't let them in, okay? Yeah, just ignore, okay? I'm hearing literally the sacred text, resist the enemy and he will flee, okay? There is someone that is really trying to get up under your skin, okay? They hate the fact that you're in peace. They hate the fact that, you know, you're not thinking about them because they's a non-motherfucking factor. Come through spirit, okay, Leo? So that is your tea, Leo. This person could also be a baby father or baby mama. Okay, that's for somebody. And they're constantly trying to find new ways to, I'm hearing, to irk you, to stress you out. This person's pathetic, okay, because you have moved on, Leo. Okay, so that's for somebody, all right? That is your tea. All right. So Virgo, you're up next, okay? So Virgo, what is the current tea on you? Virgo, what is the current tea on you? Let's see. All right, we have success in reverse, okay? So Virgo, I'm hearing from spirit that although you're very successful now, you have people like haters that remembered you back in the day, Virgo, when you were struggling, back in the day when, you know, the money wasn't quite, you know, tight and right like it needed to be, okay? And rather than the person seeing you as you are now, or for some of you guys, dear one, this could be a group of people. For some of you guys, this could be family or an old social circle. But whatever the case may be, there's a person or there are people. It's like they refuse to see you for who you are now. They want to see the old you. They want to see the old you when you were younger, maybe less experienced, maybe less mature and evolved, okay? Maybe, you know, a type of person where you didn't quite, you know, you weren't quite as confident in yourself, okay? You didn't quite believe in yourself, okay? Now, you're no longer that person. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're more evolved, okay? If your bag wasn't looking right then, you know, it's certainly looking right now, okay? So you're steady rising up, and, you're doing very well for yourself, despite the fact, Virgo, that you didn't have any help, despite the fact that you have more naysayers and more haters around you than you had lovers and supporters. But these people, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, they're so ass hurt, Virgo, that they refuse to see the person that you are now. You could be driving a nice car now. You could be living in, a better community, a better zip code, a better neighborhood that is all good, okay? Come through spirit. You could have a better job, or some of you guys, you could be working for yourself. There's something where people look at you now until there's a difference between the new you or the current you versus the old you. But there's people, and a person in particular, that refuses to see the new you. They refuse to see the new and improved you. They refuse to see the changes. They refuse to see the rags to riches energy that you have on you, because this person is so hell-bent on competing with you. And then in a sense, it's almost as if they're in type of fantasy land, because they're not seeing the real. They're still focusing on an old version of you, Virgo, that no longer exists. Okay, so that's the T. And it's literally because this person wants to, you see how the sun is in reverse, come through spirit. This person literally wants to dim your lights, Virgo, okay? So, but I'm hearing from spirit, pay this person no mind, because even the people that are around this person listening to him or her talk about you, they have already clocked this person and recognized him or her to be a hater, him or her to just be, competing with you. And then at the end of the day, seeing that they don't compare. Okay, so they need to stop competing where they don't compare. Okay, so continue to do whatever it is that you're doing, Virgo, because there are a lot of people outside of this person and outside of this group that sees that you have definitely made some type of level up for yourself. You're definitely doing well for yourself, and you should give yourself flowers. Okay, even if no one else wants to, give them to yourself, because you're worthy. Okay, Virgo. So Virgo, that is your T. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry, you guys, Libra, okay? So Libra, you're up next, okay? So Libra, what is the current T on you, okay? All right, so Libra, we have the card protection. Libra, the current T is that there's a situation where there's something that you really, really wanted. Maybe I'll put it over here. There's a situation, Leo, that you really wanted something to work out for you and it really didn't work out, or there was a relationship, or there was a job, there was something where you really thought you had it in the bag and you really wanted it, Leo, but it was rejected. And I'm hearing from spirit that you need to recognize that rejection was for your own good. You were being protected. You were being protected from that relationship, from that person, from that contract, okay, from buying that big ticket item, from moving into that certain apartment or that certain home, okay. There was something I'm hearing from spirit, Libra, that you really, really wanted, and you really thought for all intents and purposes that you had it in the bag, okay? But at the last minute it slipped through. At the last minute you were rejected. At the last minute you were denied, okay? And I'm hearing from spirit that was because it was for your own protection. It was for your own good, okay? There were some things between the lines that you didn't see that spirit and your ancestors caught, and they did you a favor, which at the end of the day, even though you may have felt as though it was a setback, it definitely helped you out to remain, so that you could remain grounded financially, so that you could remain grounded emotionally and mentally, okay? Or so that you could remain, grounded socially. So you were being protected. I'm hearing from spirit, Libra. There's something that you're being protected from, okay? So that is the T on you. So spirit says, if you, for example, if you got denied, an opportunity to join that HOA community for that particular home that you were looking at, okay? Spirit says, don't be sad. He protected you, because you would have found out way down the line that, this community had a big ass assessment where you're going to have to be paying more higher fees for your HOA than what you originally were told before you signed on a dotted line. You would have found out after the fact, after it was all good, you in there for 1 month, that the furnace is about to break, the water is about to bust, pipes about to bust, and you got a crazy ass neighbor to the left and a janky ass neighbor to the right that would have made your life in that beautiful, pristine community a living hell, okay? For example, Libra. So whatever it is that you wanted, you get it, but Spirit says, Libra, something better is coming, because you're under protection. You're being protected, okay? And on the flip side of that, come through spirit, I'm also hearing, Libra, this could apply to an intimate situation. There is someone that really want to get their claws on you, but they're not able to. I'm hearing access is denied because you're protected. This is someone, dear one, that, they present themselves as a good guy or a good girl, but they're really a wolf in sheep's clothing, okay? And they're never going to be able to have access to you because you guys are not on the same level. This person, whomever he or she is, Libra, they don't match your vibe, okay? So if there's someone that is sliding in your DMs, or someone that you just met at work, or, you know, you may have just met someone when you were at a restaurant, or, you know, getting a facial, you saw someone in the parking lot, whatever the case may be, Spirit is saying, this person is not it, okay? You're being protected from this person. Some of you guys, or maybe one of you guys, you may have tried to call somebody and they ghosted you, or they didn't, you know, return your phone call, or they didn't return your text, and you was a little salty about it and say, why this motherfucker approach me, and, you know, we exchanged numbers, or we exchange Instagram, and then I get on there and I'm blocked, or I get on there and, you know, I call him and he don't call me back, or she don't call me back. Understand and recognize, Libra, you're being protected. It was nothing that you did, okay? Spirit and your ancestors stepped in, okay? So that's for somebody. All right, Libra. So Scorpio, you're up next, okay? So Scorpio, all my Scorpios out there, holla at your girl, okay? Yeah. Scorpio, what is the current tea on you, okay? All right, interesting. We have the card Magic. Okay? So Scorpio, right off the bat, I'm hearing from Spirit, the current tea on you guys is that you're very magical, that, you know, you're not to be messed with, okay? There are certain people that, you know, they came towards you playing games and they walked back limping, or some of them, they weren't walking back. They were, you know, stretched out, okay? You know, yeah, they had some doctor's visits. They had some ER visits, okay? Because they came at you left and you set their ass right, Scorpio. Come through, Spirit. The tea on you, Scorpio, is everyone knows that you're a very powerful being, but you're the type of person where, although as powerful as you are, Scorpio, people consider you also to be humble. They consider you to be someone that, you know, you come equipped with a lot of spiritual gifts, but you don't use them to hurt people. You don't use them to, you know, your disadvantage, to, you know, be cutthroat, okay? You use your magic for good. You use your magic, Scorpio, to heal people, to help people. You use your magic to, you know, bring enlightenment to people, and to, you know, cause people, or to help people to tap into their own magic, into their own energy, their own ecosystem, to see that they have whatever they need when they tap in, okay, Scorpio? So this is the tea. Also, you may have some type of rival, spiritual rival or spiritual competitor. It could be a secret witch or warlock in your family, or in your old social circle group, or even someone online that don't even know your ass from a can of paint, okay? And they did something, Scorpio, to try to slight you. They did something to try to undermine you. Some of them out there, they did something to try to bind you, but they're saying now that that doesn't work on you, okay? Because you're too strong, you're too elevated, and because you are more spiritually ranked than this person, or that these people are, okay? And there are people that sit back and say, well, you know, I don't understand, you know, how Scorpio is so, you know, it's just so laid back, and they're so nonchalant. If I had all of that power, if I had all of those gifts, I would be doing this and that and that and this. And you know what, motherfucker, that's why you ain't got it. Because Spirit and, you know, the team of light already knew that you was a fool, and so giving you power, giving you gifts would make you more of a fool, would make you a weapon of mass destruction, and so that's why you ain't got it, and that's why you didn't get it. Come through, Spirit, okay? So Scorpio, that is your tea. People are really talking about how you're very magical, you're very powerful, okay? Also, Scorpio, there's some tea about how you're destined to be in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form. Even as this looks like an eye, it also looks like a stage, okay, Scorpio? So there could be something that you're currently working on, or something that is destined for you in your future, Scorpio, where you're going to be in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. You're going to be in the spotlight, and it has a lot to do with who you are, your gifts as a spiritual, magical being, or even some of your natural gifts, where people feel as though even your natural gifts are very magical. Like, say, for example, you can sing, but people swear up and down that, wow, when you sing, they feel healed. When you sing, they feel calm. When you sing, they feel as though, you know, they've been lifted up into another portal or something like that, okay? So even if you have a natural talent, you know, like singing or playing an instrument, or You know, you may even have healing hands. You could be a massage therapist. You could be a Reiki practitioner, or whatever the case may be. People recognize whether you're in the spiritual community, whether you're doing something in the industry of spirituality, or whether you're just doing, you know, a corporate job or regular, smuggler type of whatever. People still recognize you, Scorpio, to be very magical, okay? So that's the T on you. Also, that you're not to be fucked with, okay? I'm hearing, you know, don't mess with quiet people. I'm hearing don't assume with that one. The magic is heavy on that one, okay? Come through, Spirit. So, T. So Scorpio, shall I say, somebody's name could be T, or that could be your nickname, okay? That one is to come out, okay? Somebody's name could be T, or TT for auntie, or somebody could call you T, or your first, middle, or last name could begin with the letter T, okay? That's for somebody, Scorpio, okay? All right, so let's move on for Saggy, okay? So Saggy, what is the current T on you, okay? Let's see. All right, so we have determination, Saggy. So I'm hearing from Spirit, Saggy, right off the bat. There are a lot of people saying that you're the type of person where, you know, you've had a rough life. You've had a lot of things happen to you. You've come against a lot of oppression, a lot of betrayal. A lot of people turn their backs on you. But you're at the point now, Saggy, where you refuse to give up. You're not going to allow anyone to hold you down or hold you back. So I'm hearing literally, you know, you're coming for everything that was stolen from you. You're coming to take back everything. You're coming to set the record straight, okay? So that people know that, hey, you know, you're not the one, and you're not going to humble yourself. You're not going to allow yourself to be humble so that other people can feel like they don't have to be threatened in your presence, okay? You're the type of person where the T is now, Saggy. You're saying, listen, you're either for me or you're against me. You either, you know, going to be with me and support me while, you know, I'm hot, you know, while I'm out there, while I'm popped out, while I'm doing my thing, okay? Or you're going to get gone, because I don't need nobody around that only want to come around when I'm doing bad, only want to come around when I'm sad, because they want to feel needed, because they want to feel like they're above me. No. So, you know, you're determined, okay? There is something that people may be saying about you, Saggy, something that you may have lost, okay? You could have lost a home. You could have lost a job, okay? Oh, my condolences for one particular person. You could have lost a child, okay? Yeah. And for that person where this message resonates, okay, you are determined to be a parent. You're determined to be a mommy, okay? You're not going to let that one, you know, miscarriage, that one unfortunate situation stop you from being a mother. So some of you guys, you may be determined to look into other alternatives, okay? Adoption or fostering or whatever they call that, where you get a lot of medicinal treatments to see if you can have a child. What is that, IMF or IVF or something like that? Okay, I'm hearing from Spirit where this message resonates for this particular person. You're very determined, and people see around you, you're determined to be a mother. You're not going to stop until you get what you want, okay? Because you already know that is being a mother, or being a father even, is part of your destiny, okay? For others of you guys, Saggy, people are saying that you are determined to travel. You are determined to have a different life for yourself other than the life that you grew up in. You are determined to make a name for yourself. Some of you guys, you're determined to make that business work, okay? That project, that enterprise. Some of you guys, you could be in a marriage, and you know your marriage could have been tested now. This is for one person. If not your marriage, or you're just your relationship. And you're like, you know what? I worked hard for this relationship, and I'm not going to walk away. I'm determined to make this work. We're going to go to counseling. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to keep outside people out of our damn business, okay? Yeah. I'm going to need you, partner, boo, to talk to your mama. Keep her ass out of our business. You talk to your mama. I'm going to talk to my daddy, or whatever the case may be. It's like you guys are determined to salvage this relationship because you know that it is worth saving. And all you got to do is, you know, remove the weak links around you that are meddling in your business, okay? That's for somebody. So whatever the situation is, Saggy, whether this is you determining to fight for a relationship or a certain thing in your life, okay, that you have always wanted, that you know that it is a part of your destiny, okay? Or some of you guys is traveling, okay? You're determined to travel, you know? You're determined to see the world. You're determined to have a different life other than the life or the hand that you were dealt, okay? People are talking about you. This is the current tea, okay? And you got people that are betting on you and they're secretly rooting for you, Saggy, okay? You need to know that, okay? But then you also have people, Saggy, that are secretly rooting for your downfall, hoping that you won't make it, okay? So, you know, keep that in mind and use the fuel of your haters to propel you, okay? Make a liar out of all of their asses, okay, Saggy? All right, come through, Spirit. So, Saggy, that is your tea, okay? All right, so Cappy, you're up next, okay? So, Cappy, what is the current tea on you? Okay, Cappy, what is the current tea on you? All right, we have the card Anxiety in Reverse. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so light, okay? But we have the card Anxiety in Reverse, okay? So right off the bat, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit that there's a person that really got off on, you know, pushing your buttons and stressing you out. And I'm hearing that this relationship, you know, has expired. You have moved away, walked away, got a restraining order, moved away from this person. And now this person, dear one, they cannot accept the fact that, you know, you're at peace now. They cannot accept the fact that they were the problem. They were the burden in your life. This person set themselves up, dear one, in some way, shape, or form to make it seem like, you know, you couldn't live without this person, like you would never leave this person, Cappy. You know, they made it look like to everyone around them that, you know, you were helpless, that you needed help, okay? You needed help mentally, emotionally, financially, every kind of way, okay? But it was really this person, Cappy, that was projecting onto you. And once you remove this person from your life, you began to see that, hey, you know, the headaches, the panic attacks, you know, the insomnia, all of that is left because, yeah, you got rid of the common denominator, which was whoever this fool was that was continuing to vex you, okay? For some of you guys, Cappy, this could have been a particular person that is a stalker, okay? And you managed to get away from this person. You managed to slip through their cracks, okay? Again, that could have been, you know, that could have equaled you having to relocate. That could have meant you having to switch jobs or, you know, going offline, going ghost for a while, changing over your social media platform, something of the sort, where I'm hearing like you literally dodged a bullet because there was one particular person that was causing too much havoc in your life, that it was literally affecting your health, okay? It was causing anxiety. And even as I look at all of these things here, and I've never noticed it before, but it kind of looks like parasites, or it kind of looks like some type of abnormal cells in a petri dish, okay? So for some of you guys, dear one, you know, you could have been suffering from some type of chronic illness or issue because you were dealing with someone that was really, you know, fucking with your central nervous system, okay? You really were dealing with someone that had you constantly in a stage of fight and flight, okay? And when you left this person, you know, you began to, your nervous system began to calm down. If you had any type of chronic illness or disease, inflammation, asthma, like I'm hearing like problems with like ulcers, problem with your belly, okay? Digestive issues, okay? Some of you guys, vertigo. Some of you guys, you know, you may have found that, hey, you know, your blood count, something's going on with that, okay? Or you might have found that, oh my God, I developed fibroids fucking around with this dummy here, okay? Or some of you guys, you know, you could have been having issues that, you know, affected things like, you know, like high blood pressure or hypertension or something of the sort, okay? Like I literally am, Spirit is having me look at this like it's literally like cells, abnormal blood cells or abnormal cells in a petri dish. It has something to do medical or parasites, okay? Some of you guys could have developed, I don't know, yeast infections, overgrowth of candida, parasites. Some of you guys had to get a parasite cleanse, okay? A lot of stuff was going on because of the person, Cappy, that you were around. This person was like a deviant, like a tormentor, you know, like they got off on hurting you, stressing you the fuck out, okay? And now that you're gone and you have healed and come through, Spirit, with that confirmation, we know it to be true. now that you have healed and you're doing a lot better, this particular person, dear one, that you have left behind, they refuse to believe that they were the problem, because now they see, everyone can see, since you ghosted their ass, cut their ass off, got rid of them, you're doing so much better in life. So it's obvious to all that sees that they were the common denominator that were causing issues, okay? And you no longer have that. They refuse to believe it, okay? But they can play dumb and stupid all they want, okay? You playing dumb and not acknowledging the truth don't stop the truth from existing. Come through, spirit, okay? Like I hear people saying, I don't believe in karma, I don't believe in that. Well, you ain't got to believe in it, bruh. You ain't got to believe in it, sis, but that don't mean that it's not gonna hit your ass. 12 o'clock, okay? Karma don't need, consequences don't need, okay? Justice and judgment don't need your damn acknowledgement for it to be, for it to exist. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, okay? Come through, spirit. So Aqua, somebody following up, y'all. That was a message, okay? So Aqua, you guys are up next. Aqua, what is the current tea on you? Yeah, somebody falling apart because they no longer have control. They no longer have access to you. I'm hearing access is denied. Yeah, their life is falling apart because the shenanigans that they were doing, people have started to withdraw and ghost and come away from this person. And now this person's out there by themselves. See, they had big balls, okay, when they had a group, when they had a clique, a posse to help do their bidding, or when they could hide behind people, or when they could pay people to, be their flying monkeys. Evil operates in a group. Evil rarely operates on its own, because then you see the cowardice, they need a lot of people, okay? But, things are falling apart in somebody's life. Relates to you, collective, because they've lost control, they've lost the narrative, they've lost the plot, okay? They've lost you. You're the one that got away in some way, shape, or form, whether this is an intimate situation or whether this is a non-intimate situation, okay? That's for somebody, okay? Come through, spirit. Everything is a message, okay? When you know how to tap in, okay? That's a message for somebody. All right, Aqua, you're up next, okay? And we got the card Sweetness, okay? I'm hearing that old school song. You're giving me the sweetest taboo. Come through, spirit, old school. That's Sade there, okay? Yeah, so Aqua, the tea on you is that, people originally thought that you being sweet equaled you being very naive, or you being, gullible or green, okay? But people realize from watching you, from kind of, sit back in the cut, or even experiencing you, that, they are not to get the game twisted, okay? They are not to allow the sweet voice, the sweet demeanor. Some of you guys, I'm hearing from spirit, Aqua, you can have a baby face, okay? Some of you guys could look a lot younger than what you are chronologically, okay? Some of you guys could, have still a young soul, okay? Like, you're not afraid to embrace your inner child and let him or her come out and play, okay? But somebody got it twisted, dear one. Someone that is very, dark natured. They literally thought that you being kind, that you being sweet, oh, this person is a sucker. Oh, I can get at this person. And, someone literally got their asses handed to them. Aqua is what I'm hearing from spirit. Also, someone is feeling, I'm hearing confused, and they feel played. Some of you guys, there was a player that you played, okay? Yeah, they thought that they had the upper hand on you, but you flipped the script. You did a reverse Uno on that motherfucker. Come through, spirit, as I'm looking in the ethers here. Yeah, they thought that you were an easy target, and they found out that that is not the case, okay? Yeah, so I just heard another song, y'all. How it go, y'all? Your sweetness is my weakness. Yeah, sweetness. Come through, spirit, is my weakness. Yeah. I got his face in my spirit, but I cannot remember his name. I'm gonna have to ask hubby. But he looked like a big old teddy bear. Old school. Yeah, got that deep voice. Okay, now I'll think of it later. If you guys know who that is, drop a comment in the comment section, okay? But yeah, Aqua, there's someone that feels now as though you played them because you came out and presented yourself as being this soft, sweet little dove, but they had no idea that you are cutthroat and that you will slam somebody's ass. Okay, now somebody got their feelings hurt. This is a player that got their feelings hurt. Yeah, a player got played. Okay, because they judged a book by the cover, and when you judge a book by the cover and you don't read that motherfucker, you're gonna fail the test every time. Okay, come through, spirit. So yeah, Aqua, the tea on you is that you're a heartbreaker. The tea on you is that you're I'm hearing like honeypot. I'm hearing like you're a trap. You're like a honey trap. Like people come towards you thinking that they're gonna, be able to take advantage of you, or thinking that they're gonna be able to sleep with you, or thinking that they're gonna be able to do whatever they want to do with you. And then they find out that, oh no, you got it twisted, partner. Come again. Okay? So yeah, people are saying you're a heartbreaker. People are saying that looks are deceiving when it comes to you. Okay? People are also saying, Aqua, that, you're like some type of a seducer. You're like a temptress. Okay? Like you come to them looking all sweet, but you're really like poison. Okay? Yeah, I'm hearing that girl is poison. You never trust a big butt and a smile. Yeah, come through, spirit. They'll be devote. Somebody's saying you poison, girl, because they got it twisted. They was looking at, the boobage. They was looking at the cleavage. They was looking at the curves, and they was like, yeah. But then you was like, oh, really? And they was like, damn, what is this? Okay. You got somebody pining over you. You got somebody holding a torch for you, Aqua. And this person thought that, that's their gig. That's what they do. They don't get left. They leave people. They don't get their heart broken. They break hearts. But you like I said, you did a reverse Uno on somebody. Okay. So yeah, the player got played. And that's the tea on you, Aqua. Whomever you are. Okay. All right. And then you guys, up next, last but not least, we have Pisces. Okay. So we're going to do Pisces, you guys, and then I'm going to say hello to the chat, okay? I want to remind you guys again that personal readings are now currently available still. And so if you want to get a reading with your girl, all you have to do is email me at WIZDOM@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, and write personal reading in the subject line to get the easy 3-step process started, okay? Also, you guys, if you want to check out what I'm currently offering, okay, as far as readings and the prices, the link to my website is in my bio. Okay, so check that out. All right, so Pisces, now that I've given my plug, let's see what is the current tea on you, Pisces. Okay. And we have cleanse that represents water, and fish be in the water. Okay, so Pisces, right off the bat, I'm hearing from spirit that you have gone through some type of transformation, some type of metamorphosis. Okay, where I'm hearing the things that you used to do, Pisces, you don't do anymore. So now there are people, you got people from both sides of the camp. Okay, so from the positive side of the camp, you got people that are really singing your praises, and they're really rooting for you and saying, I'm so proud of Pisces, because Pisces used to drink. Pisces used to party too hard, okay? Pisces used to be riding that white horse, okay? Y'all know what that white horse is, Pisces used to be doing that cane, okay? Yeah. Pisces used to be a party girl. Pisces used to be, a party dude. Or it was something about what you guys used to do, okay? But I'm hearing that you don't do that anymore, okay? And a lot of it has to do with, cleansing. A lot of you guys have healed yourself from certain traumas. A lot of you guys have healed yourself from, wanting to believe and give people the benefit of the doubt when they didn't need it. So you stopped trying to, put stress on a leopard, okay, and you began to call a spade as it is, and to govern yourselves accordingly. So you got a lot of people, dear one, that they didn't think that you would ever make it, okay? Never would have made it. Come through, spirit. Yeah, that's for somebody. You got people literally that was in a cut, cheering, like saying, yeah, Pisces ain't gonna make it. I didn't make it. Pisces mama didn't make it. Pisces daddy didn't make it. Pisces ain't gonna make it either. But no, you made a liar out of them, Pisces. So there are people that are quietly rooting for you and saying, wow, I'm so proud of Pisces for giving up, that substance, for getting rid of that bad habit. I just heard cutter. That could be from one person, okay? Yeah, I'm so glad that you you gave that up, okay? And perhaps you're currently in counseling now, okay? Good for you, good on you, okay? For whoever that's for, okay? But you know, you got people, Pisces, that there was some type of addiction or affliction, some type of vice that really had a grip hold on you guys. But it took for you guys to really hit rock bottom in some way, shape, or form, okay? Now, your rock bottom, Pisces, doesn't necessarily have to be somebody else's, but for you, it was your rock bottom. Okay, and so now you have undergone this type of transformation where you literally cleanse your life. Okay, some of you guys, you know, you cleansed your phone, you cleansed your environment, you moved, you relocated. Okay, some of you guys, you cleansed your body, you went on a purge. Okay, and you know, now you're treating your body right. Okay, your body is your temple, and you're not like who you used to be. So you got people that are secretly rooting for you back in the cut, like they're very proud that you know you don't look like where you come from. You know, you're not going to be a loser like your mammy or a loser like your pappy or a loser like your ex or your baby daddy or your baby mama. Apply the situation where it fits, okay? I'm hearing, you know, people are rooting for you, Pisces, behind the scenes and saying, you know, you're going to be the one in your family that has broken that generational curse, that has blocked and stopped those cycles, okay? Yeah. But then also, on the flip side, Pisces, because you know we always got the high and the low, okay? We got the positive and we got the janky, okay? So Pisces, as far as the janky, okay, people are saying that, you know, you're just going through a phase, okay? Or you're being fake, okay? Or, you know, you're not really healed, okay? This is all a facade, okay? You're doing it for clout, okay? You're doing it for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. You know, I'm hearing, you know, lights, camera, action, okay? So Pisces, whoever you are, you could be in the public eye. You could be in the industry, any industry, okay? Or you could just be that type of person where, you know, you're an influencer. Wherever you go, you inspire people, okay? You know, wherever you go, people want to follow you, okay? Because you have the it factor. But whatever the case may be, whether you're in the public eye on, you know, a small local level, or whether you're in the public eye on a global or mass level, you know, now you got your haters saying that, you know, the changes that you have made, that is fake, that it's not going to stick, okay? Or that it's only temporary, okay? Yeah, but, you know, this is not the case, Pisces. I'm hearing that you guys put in a lot of work, okay? You put in a lot of work. You've done the hard work. You've done the dirty work. You didn't take the easy way around, okay? You took the long way. Blood, sweat, and tears, okay? Sweat equity. I'm literally seeing the picture of someone like boxing, like they're trying to get they're trying to get in shape and they're trying to build strength and stamina, okay? Yeah, you got people saying that, you know, it'll be over soon. You know, it's just a facade, it's just a fad, it's just a current trend, it's just something that is, you know, getting her or his attention for the time being, because you know they want attention, so they're trying to do something new. But you know, these are people, Pisces, that is hating on you. You have made a 360-degree turn. You are a different person. You're no longer who you were. You have cleaned yourself up. A lot of you guys have, you know, you've cleansed you cleanse toxins out of your body. You've cleansed toxic people out of your life. You've cleansed yourself from toxic behaviors and patterns and critical thinking. You've cleansed yourself of critical, judgmental thinking, the type of thinking that, you know, people used to say about you and to you when you were around them, and then you adopted that critical voice. A lot of you guys have cleansed and purged yourself from that. So you're no longer doubting yourself. You're no longer talking down on yourself. You know, when you make mistakes, you recognize that you're human and you give yourself grace, okay? Unlike, you know, people from your past or people that you have since gotten rid of, they act like you got to be Jesus and goddamn walk on water. Like, you know, you can't breathe funny, you can't make a mistake, you can't do this and do that, or they trying to crucify your ass, okay? Yeah, so you guys, you know, you've come away from those type of people, and you realize that the reason why, you know, a lot of you guys were holding on to a lot of bad habits and things of that nature was because you were so invested in, you know, still trying to seek validation from people that don't give a damn, and, you know, people that wouldn't spit on your ass if you was on fire, or people that at the end of the day, Pisces, don't even matter because they don't even love yourself, honey. So how can they love you? Okay, yeah. And this is how you guys have gone through some major transformations of some type of upgrade, some type of cleansing. Okay, you're a new creature. I'm hearing new wine for new wine skin. Some of you guys have gone sober. You're not drinking anymore. Congratulations. Oh, this looks like a pill here. Okay, a pill that you dip it in water. Some of you guys aren't doing those, you know, those spicy party drugs to get you high. Yeah, you have a natural high. So you left the perk go, you've left the ecstasy go, you've left the molly go, you left all of that. Yeah. You just have cleansed yourself, okay? Yeah, some of you guys are seeing clearly now, okay? You used to have blurred vision. You used to have, selective amnesia. Somebody hit you. Somebody talk about you. Somebody betray you. And you pretend as though, it was a mistake. Oh, they had a bad day. No, the hell they didn't. That's their nature, okay? Well, now you see it, okay? I'm hearing that old school song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Come through, spirit. I don't know who did that, y'all. Who did that? Okay? But yeah, old school. But you're not like who you used to be. You've cleansed yourself, okay, Pisces? So people can talk all they want. They can say it's just a fad. It's just it's temporary. They could say you faking or you doing it for clout. They can say whatever they want to say, okay? Their lies does not trump your truth, Pisces, whoever you are, okay? All right. And so, Pisces, that is your tea. And damn, I tried to go under an hour, but I can never seem to do it. So, it is what it is, y'all. Like I say, once I get into the ethers, it's just, spirit gonna get a hold of me, and I'm gonna get the messages out for you guys, okay? So that is today's tea. So let me take a look at the chat, okay? Let me turn my head and let me scroll and see what's going on here, okay? So Simeon and Tiago says, hi, what up? How are you, Simeon? Okay. My name is Sage, okay? Yeah. So Toka Blu-ray says, hi. So I'm a small content creator. Can you ask me if I would be successful in the future? Can I answer that? Okay. Well, Toka, if you would like to get a reading, sweetheart, whomever you are, I invite you to email me, okay, and put personal reading in the subject line so you can get a reading from your girl, okay? If you don't want to get a standard reading, Toka, like I said, I have mini economy readings, what I call mini readings, okay, that are very affordable, from as little as $15 $34, okay? So you can do that, sweetheart. And also you can take a look at my website. The link is in the bio to see what I offer that will match your interest in terms of your question. But I can definitely answer that question for you. But come and get a personal read, okay, sweetheart? All right. So Sky Pumpkin is given the, what is that, a queen crown? Okay, very nice. Okay. And then Chelsea Lambert says, hi. And I guess that's supposed to be does, okay, instead of dows. Hi, does my family want me around or not? And I'm going to move to Virginia with my husband, okay? Again, Chelsea, I would invite you to get a personal read, okay? So if you want an in-depth reading, you can get a standard reading where I have 1 card, 3 card, or 6 card spreads for you to choose from. And you can get them in a lot of different formats. You can get it as a podcast style reading. You can get it as an email reading, or you can get it as a standard unlisted YouTube video, okay? So you can do that, okay? And then you can answer your question, Chelsea, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. Or you can also get a mini reading, okay? From as little as $15 to $44, where I do like a little mini reading that's like a short. But I'll definitely answer your question in like under 5 minutes, okay? And I think that is the most affordable one that I have, that is for $15, okay? So go and check that out if you would be interested, okay? The link to my website is in my bio, okay, sweetheart? All right, so Alicity, or what is that? Ali City Jonker says, hi, what up? How are you? And you're saying you want to know if your son, Hiram Jonkers, would get a permanent government job. Well, I can answer that for you through a personal reading, okay? So yeah, I want to make it clear, you guys, that when I come on to do the all signs, that's not necessarily, personal readings per se. These are collective readings. Now, there's going to come a time where if I get more, chat interaction and audience interaction, I might decide to go live and take on personal readings for you guys in the chat, okay? But you will still be required to purchase the reading before I do the reading for you guys, okay? So if that is something that you guys would be interested in, having like, a live stream session where it's purely personal readings, personal mini readings for you guys, then, let me know if that's something that you guys would like, okay? Drop a comment in the comment section outside of the chat, okay? And let me know. know how you feel about that, okay? Because if that's something that you want, okay, that is something that I can provide, but it has to be enough people, there has to be enough interest, okay? Because other than that, I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time as well, okay? All right, so West Betty Boop says, hello, what's up, West Betty Boop? What it do? Okay. And she has a cute little hearts, okay. And then Monica says, hi. Hello, Monica. How are you today? Okay. All right. So let me put in, let's see. Let me see, you guys, if I could put in my, what am I trying to say, y'all? My email. So hold on. Let me see. I can't talk and type at the same time. So WizdomandSage at gmail.com. Email me to book a reading. All right, and then also I'll put also the link to my website is in my bio for you guys to browse. Okay. Ooh, okay. And then this one, let me pin it, you guys. So if you guys go back, and if you look at the reading again for your particular sign or whatever the case may be, and you guys are like, yeah, I would like to get a reading, or I forgot the process, I forgot the deets on how to do that, there it is for you guys, okay, in the chat. I believe that it pinned. I don't see it, but did it do it, y'all? Yeah, it did, because it said from pen. Okay, so it did it. All right, y'all. So that is all of the people that I see in the chat, okay? So thank you guys so very, very much, okay? Yeah, whoever just gave me that like, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, okay? And so you guys, until next time, okay, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. I don't know when I'll be on for another live, but it'll be soon, okay? So you guys make sure you turn on your noties, okay? AKA your notifications, so you guys will know when your girl is on, so you can come and say hi in the chat and holler at your girl and get your tea, okay? Get the tea that you need to set you free, okay? Also, you guys check out my blog site, WIZDOM, because I usually have a reading that I'll, publish or post for you guys, okay? And I'm sure I have some readings that you guys haven't even seen yet, okay? So make sure that you guys go over there in addition to reading the blogs. And, we have the one card text messages over there. We have numerology. Got a lot of cool stuff over there, okay? So you guys go on over there and check it out. And it's free for you. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to pay to join. And it's also ad-free as well, okay? So you guys can sit back and enjoy the videos and all of the material over there without the ads, the annoying ads, okay? All right. So that's that, you guys, okay? So until next time, you guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. Peace.